Welcome back to our van plan and welcome to Germany. Yes, we are in the first few days of our big Euro trip this year in Carlo the Campervan. It's the first one in the Finnish van and we're really excited to be out here. The first part of this trip over the last couple of days is just basically to get as far south and west as possible into the south of Germany. We're heading towards Munich and that's really the start of the holiday, so we took the opportunity to really just do the long trip over a couple of days first. We're in a place called Hinterwardenthal in Germany between Salzburg and Karlsruhe. So we're kind of in the last part of the journey and we should get to Munich later on today, but this has been a really great park up. We found it on Park for Night, really quiet car park in the village here that the council or whatever have actually designated as a motorhome car park. So when we arrived there were 4 or 5 other vans there, really peaceful, really like quiet night's sleep. It was amazing. And then this morning we had a wander around the village, which got a little train station, and then the village itself, it had a bakery, a cafe that we stopped at for a coffee and a biscuit or whatever to start the day. Had a look around and now we're just back at the van, about to hit the road and head towards Munich. So we will get there, then we can tell you a little bit about how we got to here from sunny Hampshire in the UK, and then basically our plans for the next 2 weeks, because we're looking to probably cover maybe, I think about 4, maybe 5 or 6 different countries, actually in a big loop round before we head back to the UK in the middle of June. So let's go.
What's your story? What's your sign? It's like we're twin flames in a different life. Deep connection lights a spark. It's like you know me in the depths of my heart. We're dreamers. Don't care what other people say. We live it like this could be our final day. We're dreamers. Don't care what the others say. We're doing this in our own way. We come alive in the nighttime. It's something about how we dance in the moonlight. That look in your eyes, it tells me that you want me and all my loving. We come alive.
So the long drive is over, we've made it to Munich, thank God. It's been a bit of a trek, but it's worth it. Before we show you around this campsite, which is Campingplatz Pillensee. It's about 40 minutes out of Munich on the train, but more on that in a minute. Just wanted to explain kind of how we approached our holiday. We've got a 2-week trip, which we'll go on to where we're going to go shortly as well, but this is about how we kind of enabled the maximum time in Europe with the long drive as well. And really the holiday starting next Wednesday, which is the Wednesday before the long bank holiday Jubilee weekend in the UK. What we did was we decided to take the opportunity to get a Eurotunnel on the Thursday night prior to that, so we could use the weekend before the Jubilee weekend to basically do all the driving and get to where we wanted to be, Munich, to start our 2-week trip. So that worked out really well actually. We got a Eurotunnel late on the Thursday night. We managed to get one an hour earlier than our schedule, so we got across or left the UK at 9 PM instead of 10, which meant in Belgium we wanted to kind of get as far as Ghent on the way to Munich. On the Thursday night we managed to go a bit further than that because I was feeling quite awake, and managed to go a bit further past Brussels. It was dead, so it was fantastic to do that, and then found a nice little place to stop on Park for Night at a town called Wavre, or Waver or something like that in Belgium. So the little spot was a car park just out of the town. It was really quiet, loads of space for campers. There were about 3 or 4 other ones, but it was really nice, sort of quiet night's sleep. And then 5 minutes from there is a massive Carrefour hypermarket. So we went there in the morning, did some shopping, and Neil was working on Friday, so he worked from the van in the morning, full 4G signal, which was brilliant. And then at lunchtime we did another hour and a bit drive further south to a town called Mondorf, which is on the French-Luxembourg border. I had a wander around there, looked at some of the sort of parklands, which was really nice. There's a kind of like a spa town, I think, for 175 years. I haven't really looked into Wikipedia and the history of it yet, but I'll have a look. But it was really nice just to walk around, few sort of cafes and bars and shops and stuff like that, but nice place to stop in the afternoon, and also very cheap diesel. So we filled up in the Luxembourg side of the town, where it was about £1.48 for diesel, and at the moment at home it's maybe like £1.90, so we felt like we were onto a bargain there, which was crazy. And then after work on Friday we did another hour and a half or so between Saarbrücken and Karlsruhe, which we've just come from and just showed you. So that was a really quiet park up there, which was perfect for Friday night. Had some dinner, and then today really it was about a 3.5-4 hour journey from there down to Munich, which was okay, just long, but pretty much auto routes all the way, autobahns all the way, which was really easy. So we've got here now, Saturday night, we're gonna chill out at the campsite, watch the football, Liverpool, Real Madrid tonight. Neil wants to watch that, and then tomorrow we're going to head into Munich. So what we'll do, we'll take you with us there. There's an S-Bahn train about 15 minutes from here which we're going to catch, see how much that costs and how easy that is. We'll end up in the city centre and we'll do the tourist thing tomorrow, and then we're working Monday and Tuesday, and so the holiday really starts from here on Wednesday, where we've then got 10 days or so to do our tour around Europe. Camping Pillensee is located 40 kilometres from Munich and is a 15-minute walk from the S-Bahn at Heschendorf. That gets you into Munich city centre in 40 minutes and is around €20 for 2 adults at any time. It's quite a big site located directly next to the lake with a small shop, excellent facilities and a very country feel. The 4G signal was average and the shop was quite pricey with limited products and only took cash. We paid €36 per night with water and electricity on our pitch. So we're on our way to central Munich today. From the campsite, it's a 25-minute walk to the S-Bahn, and then it's S8 all the way into the city centre, which is about a 40-minute train ride, which isn't too bad. I think it's cost about €8 each per day. Again, not too bad as well for that kind of journey. So we're just walking there now. It's due to rain later on, so we're going to go to BMW World because that's all indoors. It's somewhere we've wanted to go to for a long time. Just ironic we're here in the camper van, not the BMW. First mistake, our fault really, we didn't check the rules on travelling on public transport in Germany. You need to wear a face mask. We had the blue ones that we have in the UK, but they're not allowed here, so they have to be these medical grade ones. So we had to get off a couple of stops, run to a Shell garage where we got these, back on the train now into Munich. So that's really straightforward, getting into the centre of Munich on the S-Bahn. We got off at Marienplatz, which is right in the middle of the old town. I had a quick look around and some lunch. Previously to having the camper van, all of our holidays pretty much were city breaks. So it's nice to be able to combine having the van, staying at a campsite somewhere a little bit more out in the country by the lake, but also being able to get into the city centre and kind of experience that as well. So it's another great reason for having the camper van and why we did it. This afternoon, sadly, is about to get a little bit rainy, so we're going to go and shelter in BMW World. What a difference a day makes. From the rainy Sunday afternoon doing the tourist thing in Munich, we went back into the city centre yesterday morning on the S-Bahn because we're working yesterday and today. Yesterday we went to WeWork, which was €40, great sort of environment to be able to sit and work, really good Wi-Fi, free coffee, good facilities including like individual meeting rooms and things like that. That worked out really well, and the sun was shining, so after work we hung around in the city, explored some new areas, saw the sort of palace and the government buildings, which was really nice. Felt like a different part of, or different town almost, or different city, and then had a spot of dinner and headed back quite late. The service back to where we need to get off for the campsite is pretty good. We got back about 10:30 at night and it was all fine. There was still a service up to about midnight. Today, working from the van, the 4G here is okay. It's been okay for some Teams calls, but a little bit flaky, but fine for one day. So just finishing off stuff before the holiday starts in earnest tomorrow. We've just been actually for a walk into the nearest town because the campsite shop is shut between 12 and 2, which is really annoying. So we decided to hit the local village, which is called Seefeld, about a 10-minute walk away. Supermarket's closed for refurbishment, unfortunately, there, which is a bit annoying, but we did find a nice coffee shop, cafe bakery type place, and had the most amazing sort of butter salt pretzel. Absolutely stunning. If you've not had that before, make sure you try it when you come to Germany. So finishing off work this afternoon here, and then we're going to hit the road tomorrow, begin the holiday proper, and head to Austria.
You know that I'ma keep it cool. With you I feel like breaking rules. On the edge, looking out with no parachute. You know I'm dreaming about us two, playing around without a clue. On the edge, leaning out. With us it's all or nothing. Ooh, but guess I need more of you. With us it's all or nothing, but guess I need more of you. You say it during night, but in the morning you just leave. With us it's all or nothing.
So that drive just got better and better. Amazing views from the motorway as you enter Austria. Other than that, very seamless journey from Munich down to here. We just arrived at Camping Nordsam, which is basically a campsite in the city, well, on the edge of the city. I think it's about half an hour walk into the city centre from here, but it's a lovely site. As you can see, it's really quiet. There's hardly anyone here, and you don't have to reserve either. So basically the reception was shut. There was a nice little sign that said, go and pick your spot, and then pay later or in the morning. There's a swimming pool, facilities look good, and our little park up for tonight is here. They're quite cosy spaces, but we've got electric. It's fairly level as well. So anyway, we're going to have some lunch now, and then we will head into Salzburg, have a wander around and see what this city's like. Camping Nordsam is in the north of Salzburg and is perfectly located to visit the city. It's a 50-minute walk or 10 minutes on the regular bus from right outside the campsite. You don't need to book other than July and August, and when we went in early June, it was really quiet. The facilities are a bit dated, but they're clean. There's a little shop and cafe, as well as a swimming pool, and the campsite itself is well looked after. 4G was really good, and it cost us about €30 for one night. Electricity is an additional €5. This is really an amazing city. We've only been here like an hour, and it's stunning. It's really sort of quiet and small, but beautiful. So what we've done, we've walked from the campsite, which is about a half an hour walk into the centre. So the campsite is beyond, right up there. Half an hour down to sort of this point here, which is Mirabel, which is basically the palace, the gardens, which is lovely. And then you've got the river running through the middle, and then over that side is the old town. And you can see just behind here there's the castle up on the hill. So we're going to walk through the old town to the kind of square at the bottom of the castle, and then probably grab a coffee, I think. So as seems to be the theme of this holiday, it's a lovely, glorious day right the way up until the evening, and then it chucks it down. So it's chucking it down now here in Salzburg. So we just had some dinner. We're going to find a bus back to the campsite. I think it's only 10 minutes on the bus, which is good. So we should stay reasonably dry, and see what the weather holds for us tomorrow. Thanks for watching part 1 of our European road trip. Next time we head further into Austria, visit one of the most picturesque villages and ride on top of a cable car. See you then.